Hi, this is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and this is Monday, April the 9th. This will be a chart lesson for today. I actually took the day off. I didn't trade today, and it doesn't look like I missed a whole lot. There were some entries, but I was eager to open a chart this evening and just see what the market did today. So I thought since I had it open, I'd just do a real quick chart lesson, and for those that did trade today, to show you what I saw at the end of the day. Again, I didn't trade, so I didn't take any of these trades today. And this is just what I saw at the end of the day after the fact. And you can kind of see here's the start of the day, and here's the end of the day. And I kind of marked trades through about 2 o'clock today. So I'll show you what I saw. And again, this is going to be real quick today, and we'll go from there. But market opened right in here about 8:30, and there was a short here. I didn't mark it. Probably should have, because there was a double top. We made a little lower high with the inside bar up here where you could get real short up here at the very high or very highs of this double triple top area right here. So I really probably should have marked this one. It was a good trade. And then we had a double bottom down here where we had this failed break lower, and we actually had a second entry long right here. We had really a two-legged pullback down here, but this is just a failed break lower, and you had a bullish bar here, then a little inside bar. So you could have gone long right here or right here, either one, and this was an easy scalp. And then there was a second entry, another entry right here, and I didn't mark that one either, and I should have. I'm going to mark that one. I meant to mark that one. So there's another entry right there, and this is another two-legged pullback to retest this breakout. And you can see there's a pullback, a move up, and another pullback, and then this is also a little congestion area above the EMA, and prices broke lower and failed and closed almost on the high. So a break right there was a fairly decent entry as well. If you didn't take that one because of the overlapping bars, I can see why. But this is basically a two-legged move back to test the highs of the range. There's leg one, and there's leg two. And it went a little bit higher. And all this is now we've got a fairly obvious trading range. We had a failed break lower here, a retest of it with another short right there, and then another chance to go long down here off the low on a second entry. And then we broke above, and a two-legged pullback to the trend line, the breakout area, and the EMA. So that was a nice second entry long right there, and that was one of the better. These two were the better two moves of the day. And then this one was iffy, but I marked it all the same because it's a two-legged pullback to the trend line. And those generally are good for at least a scalp, and that's exactly what you could have got out of that one. Not one tick more. And it was a little questionable because we had these three overlapping bars, but because it's a two-legged pullback to the trend line and it's a second retest of that trend line, that's enough reason to go long in an uptrending market, and you can see it would have worked. And that was pretty much it for today. And we spent most of the day in this trading range, and this was a pretty obvious. This was probably the better entry of the day if you were brave enough to stay around and wait on it. Or shouldn't say brave enough, but if you were patient enough to hang around and wait on it, this was the best setup of the day. This was a fairly good one here too, because it's coming off this down here. This and this were the two best trades. But this one was really good because we had this nice leg up and a two-legged pullback to the trend line, the EMA, the breakout area. Lots of reasons to like that long right there. And you would have had a nice target to shoot for. There's your first leg. You measure that and move it over, and there's your second leg, and we missed that target by a tick or so right there. So that's a nice target to shoot for on this first entry. Any runners would have been safe here. Any runners would have actually survived here or here, and you could have made several points out of the runners both times. So, but that's pretty much it for today, and I'm not going to spend any more time on it. I'll be back tomorrow trading myself, and we'll spend a little more time on this tomorrow, hopefully, if we have a good trading day. But I'm going to wrap it up. hope you had a good Monday. If you traded, if you took the day off, that's great too. A lot of times these Monday holidays, after the holidays, can be some really good days because there's some pin up. Uh, the market gets emotional because it's been closed for several days. But it didn't seem to do much today. We pretty much closed right back down here where we started, and we're trying to work higher again now. But hopefully tomorrow will be better, and I'll be back trading myself tomorrow, and we'll see you then. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com.